Hey guys, so welcome to the Dad Shoes Podcast. We are live, and Connor is pushing his emergency button for school. I think by now he's pushed it like 8 times already.
I've only pushed it once.
All I know is the cops are going to the last school he was at. Like now. They're on the way.
Dude. I wonder if it's anything like Beetlejuice. Like, do I have to say it like just any 3 times, or do I have to say it in quick succession? You know?
Yeah, that was a question I always had about Beetlejuice. Like, if you said, like, you've said it once. I know I've said it.
So if we say it again.
So, like, if my wife comes in the room and she says, who's talking about him? And like,
talking about him?
Oh, no, man, now he's going to pop up, right?
Is that how it works?
I don't know. Or is it like, I have to say it 3 times?
Yeah. Is it specific to the person? I don't know the rules.
Or does Alec Baldwin have to say it 3 times? Or if Alec Baldwin and I say it 3 times in succession,
Who
does he show up twice?
played the girl in that movie?
I don't know.
Somebody famous, I'm sure. You gonna look it up?
It's not Winona Ryder.
Did we think it might be
Gina Davis.
Okay.
That's right.
It's like that episode of Community. You know, like they said it 3 times, and then after the 3rd time they said it, he walked by in the background.
Who?
In Community.
What?
They said his name 3 times in an episode at different points, and then after the 3rd time somebody said the name, he walked through the background of the scene.
Was it Michael Keaton?
Oh, I don't think so. I think it was just somebody in a costume. He was blurry in the background.
How did I not remember this?
I don't know. I'm sure we've talked about it.
Was I drunk?
No clue.
I mean, it would make sense.
Only time will tell.
Maybe.
Anyway, so
Anyways.
recently my son had a birthday, and
Did he?
Yeah, and your daughter has a birthday coming up.
Coming up.
And you
Coming up.
have delayed our beginning of recording because you went to go buy some cupcakes.
I did.
So you can
My
celebrate.
wife, I'd already fallen asleep. I found where to watch the Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, like the stop motion.
Uh-huh.
So we put that on, and we got like 10 minutes in, and I was out. So my daughter wakes me up saying, I want to watch The Grinch. And I'm like, sure, let's put The Grinch on. And my wife goes, no, we're not.
Which Grinch?
It's bedtime. It doesn't matter.
Any Grinch?
For her, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna take a quick sidebar on that.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm wondering. Like, is it the old Grinch or is it like the new digital Grinch? She doesn't care. These are very different experiences. What about the Jim Carrey Grinch? Have your kids seen that one?
She doesn't care. She likes the Grinch.
Have you shown your kids the Jim Carrey Grinch?
I have shown them all of them.
Oh, wow. My kids haven't seen
This
that one
month.
yet. My kids haven't seen that one yet.
That one is so much different.
From, like, the other ones?
Yeah.
Well, they had to fill, like, an hour and a half. Like, they had a lot of material to add.
My mom and I agreed we both prefer the Cumberbund Bender Snatch
Yeah, that's a good one.
version because there's more in it. It's just, I don't know, it's just better.
Yeah. I haven't seen the Jim Carrey one in a long time, but my kids have. I've recently got them hooked on Sonic, like Sonic the Hedgehog, because I love that. And those movies, the live action movies, are so much better than they have any business being. And Sonic 2 is on Amazon Prime right now, and so I got my kids to watch it through much protest. But now that they've seen it, yeah, they love it. And I told my wife,
why is that with kids? It's like,
I don't know, dude, every time.
I don't want to. It could be something they love.
It could be also
and they're
food.
like, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it. I don't like that. I don't like that. And then they put it on, and it's like, all right, I like this.
Glued. Yeah. So we had that same problem with dinner tonight. I gave Titus his dinner, and he's like, I don't like this. I'm like, dude, you do. Like, you do. Trust me.
Right.
And when I finally convinced him to take a bite, he's like, oh, I love this. I'm like, yeah,
I know.
Just eat it. Anyway, so we got him to watch Sonic the Hedgehog. He loves it. And I told my wife that it was really just the gateway to get my kids into Jim Carrey movies. And I don't know, based on that face, maybe you don't appreciate Jim Carrey as much as I do.
I love Jim Carrey.
I love Jim Carrey.
My mom hated Jim Carrey.
My wife hates Jim Carrey. She does not like
Why?
his... She just thinks he's annoying. Which, okay, understandable. But I think his movies are hilarious. And then I thought about, okay, what Jim Carrey movies would I show my kids? And I pictured Ace Ventura. And my brother's like, oh yeah, that'd be great because I'd love to see your kids talking with their butt. If they could learn how to do that.
Yeah, dude.
That'd be awesome. And then I just pictured like, I got to show my wife this scene. And if you're listening to this right now, pause it if I haven't shown you the scene yet. Because I can't wait to see my wife's face during the rhinoceros scene. Like when he's in the mechanical rhino. Oh my gosh, that's going to be priceless.
So listen, When Nature Calls is a great movie. Don't get me wrong. It's hilarious. But I think my go-to of the two is just Pet Detective. Because he's got the scene in the old folks' home when he's walking around with a tutu.
Yes.
Dude.
Oh my gosh.
although you don't get the Slinky scene without.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I haven't seen those movies in so long.
They're so good, man. They're terrible. I watched them the other day. Not the other day. It's been a year at least. But I found them online, so I watched them. And I'm like, man, these movies suck.
That's not what it's about.
It's not what it's about. Because like
it's not about that kind of quality. It's about
I don't laugh when I watch movies anymore unless they're really funny. And those were movies like the Ace Venturas, Billy Madison, Happy Gilmore. Those are movies that like I would watch and just crack up the whole time. Now I put them on and I could do anything else while I'm watching the movie. Yeah. And if I'm in a really good mood, it might get out of me, but I just don't laugh at them.
Yeah. No, I feel you. I mean, I'll get definitely like a good chuckle if it's something really funny. That's kind of why I'm afraid to rewatch the Boondock Saints.
Oh yeah,
because I'm just worried I'm not gonna like it. I have the DVD. I'm worried I'm just not gonna like it as much as I used to.
Like you got a huge kick out of the second one, and that was a great movie. But it's like it's not that it's not as funny as you thought it was.
It's younger, simpler. Yes. Oh my gosh, what a great scene.
Like the Boondock Saints is a great movie, so I mean you'll get the enjoyment of watching a great movie out of it.
But I might not.
But it's just different.
Yeah, it's like when you show somebody something and you're like, you love it and you think it's so funny, and then you show your friend and they're just kind of like sitting there. Yeah, which frequently is the case with you.
You guys used to do that to me all the time.
We'd bring you
Johnny's gonna love this.
And you always thought it was the dumbest thing, no matter what it was.
That's kind of funny,
including cupcakes for your daughter's birthday at daycare.
So listen, so we put my kids to bed and I read them the Elf on the Shelf book. And I have already been asleep for at least 30 minutes. And I wake up and I read the book and I have also, never mind. So I get up and I'm like, I'm going to go take a shower. And my wife goes, oh, you don't want to go? And I thought like she was being like being like
coy,
like being discreet, like being coy, yeah. Like, oh, you don't want to go? It's like, I mean, what do you mean? Like, and she's like, we need CUPCAKES. I'm like, oh. She says, well, what time does Publix close? I'm like, 11. Why? Oh, I mean, because we need. I was like, oh, right, okay, I remember. Yeah, okay, I'll go. So. And I'm thinking it's like 8:00 because we put the kids down at 8:00, right? So maybe it's 8:15. We didn't put them in bed until 8:15, and then I read them a story, right? So it's late, and I get up and I go out and I didn't get home until almost 9:00. So
well, I hope they're good cupcakes.
I left about 9:00. They're good cupcakes, I'm sure.
You'd send them to school. What do you want to like? Is there a thought here? Yeah. Like. You put it in the notes,
so
birthday cake,
I don't know,
birthday at daycare.
Your birthday's in February. Did you celebrate your birthday in school?
I mean, I don't remember bringing, maybe in elementary school I brought cupcakes, but like middle school, definitely not.
Because listen, when I was in high school, I would have been the kid to bring cupcakes.
Well, yeah, you would.
I totally would have
You went to the school where kids would bring cupcakes.
What?
You went to the school where people would bring cupcakes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, exactly. Like I totally would have brought cupcakes to school, and everybody would have loved it. But it'd been cool, and they were cheap back then.
Yeah. I mean, at my last job, if it was your birthday, we had donuts at staff meeting.
That's nice.
That was nice. And it wasn't like Dunkin' Donuts. It was Jupiter Donuts.
Oh, dude.
It was the good stuff.
Jupiter Donuts?
It was the you're having a heart attack today donuts.
Let me ask you something. If you're eating a Jupiter donut, but you got it from a store in Stewart, should it still be called a Jupiter donut?
Yeah, I mean, original.
Shouldn't it be called a Stewart donut?
Do you have a Jupiter donut in Stewart?
We do have a Jupiter donut in Stewart.
Like a Jupiter donut. Did they bake them there? Or they bake them in Jupiter and ship them to Stewart?
I hope they bake them there.
I mean, the store's called Jupiter Donut, so.
I know, but it's not in Jupiter. It's in Stewart or Boca.
Yeah,
or
but
Del
people
Rey.
would get so confused if they started calling them Boca Donut.
Boca Donuts?
Yeah.
I don't know.
That sounds like a menu item. Can I get some Boca Donuts? Anyway.
Can I get some mouth food?
Well, I did sub-Spanish today. You got some new shoes I want to ask you about.
Yeah?
They finally came. Were you excited when you unboxed them?
Let me tell you, I've had in the last month, in the last 30 days, I've had on my feet at least 5 pairs of shoes. New pairs of shoes.
Wow. You keeping them all or are you taking them back?
I've sent every one of them back.
Oh, really?
Except for one.
Okay.
Because they came today. So I bought Asics. And I've always liked Asics, right? So I've had Asics. I had Asics in high school, and but I haven't had them in a while. And I was at like Bell's or I don't know, one of those outlet stores back in June, and I needed new shoes. So I got some Asics because they were $30, $40, and they fit perfect, right? So 6 months goes by, and there's a hole, this like seriously 2 inches across, over on either foot on my pinky toe. It's just a hole there now. It's like I don't know why there's a hole there, but there's a hole.
Like through the whole shoe?
Well, through the top because it's a mesh top.
Okay.
Right.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So they fit perfect. But why it's at the top, I don't know. I assume it got cut by something because I'm not a gentle fellow. So I'm looking at the shoe. I find the same shoe on Amazon. And I look at the tongue, and it's got a size 10. I know I'm not a size 10. I wear a size 10 in like shell toe Adidas, right? Or Airwalks, right? Like that is it. Etnies. But I order the Asics in the size 10, the exact same shoe, and they come and they're at least a size too big. Well, crap. So I send them back and I order a 9. They come and they're at least a size too small.
Time for the half size.
Dude, anyways, I mean it was ridiculous. I went through I ordered them, I sent them back. I ordered them, I sent them back. And then I took after the first one came in and they were so wrong, I measured my foot out. Like I drew my foot and I measured it in centimeters. Right? I have a 26 centimeter foot. Like that's my big foot. Right? I have little feet.
Your big foot.
Look, that's my big foot, right? So, because the other one's
everybody's
like
got one, you know?
Yeah, one's bigger.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. So I go and like I order the second pair. I order them based off of the centimeters. So I'm a 26 and a half, so I order the 27, so I have a little bit of room. I swear it felt like just putting it on, my toe was gonna bust through. Those don't fit. So I also bought a pair of Hey Dudes because as we've discussed, those are the new dad shoes, right?
This is what I want to hear about. I came here for the Hey Dude content, the Hey Dad
so
content.
So I put those shoes on, and apparently they fit perfectly. They were just wide enough that they held my foot, but they didn't like squeeze my foot. Mm-hmm. And if I was standing, they were great. But apparently, I walk and I walk forward. I don't know really how to describe it, but I push my feet forward in my shoes. So the cool thing about ordering your shoes off of Amazon is you can do this like try before you buy. So like you put your shoes on and walk them around the house for an hour or two, and then send them back if they're not right. It's exactly what I did, because like my toe felt like my toes were hanging over the sole of the shoe.
Inside?
Right? Yeah. Yeah, like they were because it's like a slipper. They're real thin. So like my toes pushed through the front. And they're like, so it was almost like my toes were gripping the bottom of the. I'm not keeping this. I'm sending them back. So I sent them back. I got a new pair today.
Yeah. And you try them on yet?
I did. I wore them all evening.
Ooh.
And I have two things. First thing, I have the same problem. Because they're so loose, my foot slides right up to the front. So it's not quite as bad because they're bigger, but they're not like too big. Mm-hmm. So they're still comfortable, but they're really loose, and I don't really like my shoes all that loose. So I don't know how I feel about that, but they are very comfortable.
Let's try this. Let's send those ones back, up it to a 13, and ship them to my house, and I'll try them on. And I'll tell you if I have the same problem.
Okay. You got it.
These were like the shoes, man. We just told Chip from Flights of Alagasia podcast this was going to be the new dad shoe.
That's the new dad shoe.
That's what I've heard. According to Dude Dad.
I got to tell you, I fell for the propaganda, and I don't think it's right.
No.
Yeah, look.
They look so great.
Listen, they're comfortable. They need more structure.
Okay, that's fair.
They're just like
that. Sandals. You know what that means? That just means that Vans are still.
Vans are still it, man.
Still it. Still the dad shoe.
Although I can't wear Vans.
The millennial dad shoe. What's wrong with Vans?
They hurt my feet.
Dude, you got to get the.
They're not.
No, they
don't make them in a wide.
They've got the shoe for you. I'm telling you, because I have like my slip-on checkerboard Vans. Those are like my everyday, like going to the store. Let me kick those on. But then I have my work Vans. And these are classy, and they got the cushion in the sole. Like, those are nice. Like, they make Vans for old people now. It's okay. We can buy them. With arch support.
So I've also got, they'll be here tomorrow. I've got another pair of Etnies coming. So, my Etnies, Asics, my mom.
Etnies.
Because I told her, so my mom got me playing pickleball, right?
Yeah. So you got to have a good shoe for pickleball.
And I need a new athletic shoe. Right, because I wear my Asics all day, every day. I wake up in the morning, and as soon as I get ready to go out the door, I put my shoes on. And they're on until like 10 o'clock at night, right? Every day. Doesn't matter what I'm doing. If I'm working, if I'm hiking, my shoes are on and they're getting torn up, right? And now I've got my Hey Dudes, so I'm probably going to keep these. I bought some for my wife also, and she really liked them, so... We'll have them for at least a week, and we'll see how we like them.
You know that works because I'm a dude, he's a dude, she's a dude. Because we're all dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But,
well, that's good. I look forward to one day trying the Hey Dude. Did you do the thing where you take the insole out and you put your sock on the insole? You try that yet?
I almost kept the last pair because I took the insole out. And it fit perfect.
Like you took the insole out and put your foot in and it fit perfect?
Mm-hmm. It fit perfect. And I almost just kept it that way because it fits so well.
Yeah.
But I figured if I'm paying money for these shoes, then I don't want to...
You don't have to...
And then the worst part is that I did they were on sale for $30. I think it was like 34 or something. And they didn't have them in a size 9. Mm-hmm. So I had to get a different shoe in the size 9, and that one was $40. So I'll be right back.
Well, folks, it sounds like you've heard it here. Is Hey Dude, the new dad shoe, inconclusive?
Inconclusive. I have worn them all of 3 hours, so
but it's looking good.
I don't think so. Like, they're really comfortable, right? Don't get me wrong, but like the New Balance, the Skechers, the Vans, those are athletic shoes. Those are shoes I can go do stuff in.
Yeah.
Right? But they're also comfortable. Like I would venture that the New Balance is more comfortable than the Van. But equally, if not more, athletically versatile.
Sure, but man, you know what? As long as I've been a dad, I can't do the New Balance, man.
No, I've never liked them. I used to sell shoes, right? Like that was what I did in college, and
Journeys have New Balance.
No, we sold good shoes.
Exactly. See,
we sold Etnies and Asics and Adios and Shell-toe Adidas, man.
Yeah. I cannot do the New Balance. I'll go Adidas with my usual athletic shoe. Skechers just don't last, in my opinion.
And that's the deal.
They're great. Like I've had good Skechers that like I first get them and I put them on. I'm like, wow, these are awesome. But then like in 3 months, I got a big hole in the sole of the shoe, and I'm like, this is garbage.
So I bought the Skechers at Costco because they were $30, and I thought, sweet deal, man. And you put them on, and your feet are like, oh, I'm in heaven. Thank you so much. And I don't know why my shoes sound like Borat.
I don't think that's what Borat sounds like.
I've never watched Borat, so whatever. But they're really comfortable. But then you put them on and you walk around, and it's almost like the next day you take your shoes off and they've got no sole left. Yeah. So they just don't last, man. But then I mean my Vans, the only issue I have with my Vans is that I've torn a hole in the top of them because I got my feet are a little bit wider, so they're rough on canvas shoes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the jury's out on the Hey Dudes. They're definitely a comfortable shoe. I don't know if they're a good athletic shoe or even a good walking shoe.
I look forward to giving them a shot one day.
I am happy that I've tried them though. So
you can say. Anyway, I got a question for you because
you're full of them tonight.
I know. I got a bit of a dilemma.
What's your dilemma?
So we discussed previously, my son just had a birthday.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so we gave him some gifts. We gave him some pretty cool stuff. We gave him a Batmobile, right?
What?
Like a Batmobile, remote control Batmobile. My mom found it on clearance or something. Like she's been sitting on this for a while. And I think it's awesome. And it's remote control, and I'm like, this is kind of like his first experience with like a remote control vehicle, and to see him kind of figure that out is cool. But it's not the Batmobile he wanted. So he had kind of scoped out another Batmobile toy that he saw. Mm-hmm. And he got this one, and we told him, man, no, don't get your, eyes set on that one. So give him this one, and he's like, this is cool. This is legit. This is the best toy ever. Like, I love this toy. And that lasted maybe 2 days.
Yeah.
And so, we got his birthday, and then we're coming up to Christmas. And so my wife and I had this awesome parenting idea, that we would go through and purge some of our kids' toys. And we want him to help, and kind of tell him, hey, let's pull some things out that we don't really play with anymore. Let's pull some things out that we can donate to other kids. And just kind of go through, because we got Christmas, we just had birthday, we got Christmas coming, there's some new stuff coming in, let's get some of the old stuff out. Well, my son has decided that he doesn't like this Batmobile anymore.
And it's part of the purge.
He picked it to put into the purge. Now, I can't, I'm not a mind reader, but I clarified time and time again with him, son, just because you're getting rid of this Batmobile doesn't mean I'm buying you the Batmobile that you said you wanted. Like, this is the Batmobile you got, okay? Because I think in his mind, and he's kind of, hinted at this, he's like, but I want the other Batmobiles. I think he's thinking, oh, well, if I give this one up and I don't have it, then you can buy me the new one. And it's like, hey, that's not how this works.
Right.
Like, you don't understand how ungrateful that sounds.
Right.
And how disrespectful it is to just throw this toy away after having it for like a few days, like a week, and you're like, nah, I'm done with it.
So
I don't know. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
All right. I'm going to side with Titus here a little bit. I'm going to side with your kid here a little bit.
Okay, maybe I need to hear that.
Is the remote control wired to the Batmobile?
No, this is wireless.
Okay, so it's
this
wireless.
is a legit cool,
okay,
like Batmobile. I play with this Batmobile. It's awesome.
All right, when you push forward on the throttle on the remote control, if you're not careful, is it going to hurt somebody's shin?
No, it's not very fast.
There you go. There you go. That's it right there.
But it's remote control. It transforms. Like it gets bigger. Like there's a button you can push and it gets bigger and it shoots these little discs out. It's cool. Like I think it's a cool toy. It's not super fast. It's not going to hurt anybody. The way it works is the wheels that you see are not the wheels that it drives on. It actually has two wheels in the center.
Yeah,
so it can kind of do like a 360 thing and it goes forward. It's cool.
Listen, it's cool. And I had this problem as a kid because my grandmother or somebody got us these RC cars when I was a kid. And it was the coolest, man. It was an RC truck. And I had the fire truck that like had the cord going to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was cool because it was a fire truck and you could raise the ladder and stuff. But you had to be within 3 feet of it or the wheels were just spinning. It was like holding your dog back on the leash. It's like you had to be right on it. And then I had this, it was my dad bought it for me one birthday and it was this cool truck. It looked really cool. It was from Toys R Us. I remember getting it. And it was so cool. And we opened it up and my dad and I are going to play with it. And I walk faster than the truck. So what the fuck? It's like, it was so boring. I was like, no. If it's going to be an RC, if it's going to be a mechanical go by itself thing, that thing needs to fly.
You wouldn't be able to control it though. It's like a threshold of like age appropriate.
No, that's fine.
Versus
so like you can buy like a real RC car now, like that goes 70 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right. You can buy a little 1/18th scale RC car, and then they have parent mode, right? So you can turn it down, and it doesn't go much. It doesn't go slow, but I mean, it's still fast. Like if you're a kid and you're whoa, that thing's fast.
Here's my counterpoint to that is the Batmobile he wants is not remote control at all. It doesn't move on its own. It might have a button, like you hit the button and I don't think so. It shoots water. That's what it does.
Oh, that's not cool.
Or it drives on water. It does something with water. I haven't seen it.
Listen, if it's like there are cool toys and then there are functioning toys and like
this one drives on water. My mom has shown it to him because they will, if she's got the kids and she's killing time, she likes shopping on her tablet. So she'll pull up Target and they'll look at toys from Target on the tablet. That's a fun thing they do. And he picks out what he wants. And he picked out this Batmobile that I guess drives on water. And he was all about it. But my mom had already found this other one. And she's like, cool, he's into Batmobiles. This is going to be awesome. And when he opened it, he loved it for like a week. And he's like, nah. And he did the same thing. Like, did we do an episode talking about money? Like kids spending money?
No, not yet.
Well, that one's going to come up, I guess, because we had an experience. We decided to let our kids spend some money. Because he wanted a toy. And so we told him, okay, well, you've got a piggy bank, right? Let's count the money. Let's see what you got. Wow. And we'll go pick out a toy. And we went to Target and we bought these 2 dinosaurs.
Oh, right. We talked about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And they will walk on their own and they have these little missile launchers on the back. And
those things are cool.
They're cool. Guess what he put in the pile?
Really?
He put those dinosaurs in the pile. And it's like, what are you thinking? Like, you just got these. So, I don't know. With the Christmas season and with birthdays, there's a lot of like, me, and where's my toy? And I want this. And it's like, man, you gotta be grateful. Like,
that is an interesting, I think getting kids to understand anything is kind of the trick. And that's, like we run into, and I know this is a totally different topic, but it kind of runs alongside. Like my oldest will argue with my 3-year-old, and they're like, and so the 3-year-old will say, "This is spaghetti." Right.
Oh, yeah.
And the
I know where this is going.
This isn't spaghetti, right?
I know where this is going.
And then, or vice versa. And like the 4.5-year-old, like she knows, right, that it's not. And she knows it doesn't matter. And she doesn't really care whether or not it is. But she'll pick, no, this is spaghetti. No, but pretend. No, this is spaghetti. It's spaghetti.
See, my kids, it's opposite.
And then the little one starts freaking out because she's just like, leave me alone, dude. I don't care what it is, right? But then it becomes a fight because the 4-year-old is, no, this is this. You're wrong. And it's like, kind of along the same lines. Like, dude, do you actually care that this is, that she's saying it's spaghetti when really it's linguine? Like, do you really care about that? Because if it doesn't really matter, then why do you care? Why are you arguing? Why are you picking a fight? But like, getting them to realize what's up that's like the hardest bit. Because like, dude, you just got this toy. Do you realize you're gonna give this away and you're not gonna have it again?
Yeah. And so, we want to respect his wishes. So we're not giving it away. We're just gonna hide it for a little bit. Now, I have to temper myself sometimes. I can be very passive aggressive. And I try not to do that to my kids. But the thought crossed my mind. Well, Riley really loves this. My daughter would love to have this Batmobile. And
then you give it to the kid.
Maybe I give it to her. Because I know it's gonna tick off my son. I know it will.
Right.
Because he's gonna be like, "That's my Batmobile." Like, no, it's not. You gave it away.
You gave it away.
Because that's gonna make it worse.
I know.
So we're gonna hide it at my mom's house, I think, for a little bit, and just see, because it's been sitting out, like it's in the pile. And the other day, my daughter came out and started playing with it. My son was like, "What are you doing? That's mine." It's like, "Whoa, dude, you put this in the pile."
I think, and this actually, when you said you were doing that, my first thought was, our kids aren't old enough to get that. And then I kind of backtracked because I frequently discredit my kids.
Yeah.
And what they're good at.
Well, and that was the other thought, is like, maybe he really gets this. And maybe he's thinking like, yeah, it is a cool Batmobile. And I've played with it and I had fun. And I think another kid's going to really have fun. Like, maybe he's just so genuine in that. And I'm just undercutting like you don't understand, this is brand new, it's going to go away forever.
No. Well, you're right that is a really great way to take that. Except then you left it out, and his sister wanted to play with it, and he said, "No, that's mine."
Yeah,
right?
No,
that's what I mean. Like I don't know that they get it, and like I finally decided. Like I was thinking, well, what toys would my kids give away that they don't play with anymore? Because one day they play with one set of toys, and then the next day they play with another set, and then the next day they combine the set, and then the next day they'll play with a totally different set. And the way my wife's done it, she has cycled through our toys.
Yeah.
So a lot of the toys we asked for were STEM toys, right? So they don't have Batmobiles. They only have Barbies because our neighbors down the street gave them Barbies, right? Yeah. Like, not that I'm nothing against Barbies or Batmobiles. We just haven't gotten them for them. We've got not all the Bluey stuff. We have 2 Bluey sets.
Yeah. We haven't got any of the Bluey sets, and we have a lot of toys because my mom just like hand-me-downs just finds them places. Right. So we have piles of random dinosaurs and cars and random things that just showed up at the house, and we're kind of like, let's get rid of this. We have so much stuff.
Exactly. Like I was thinking, well, what would my kids give away? Because they play with all their toys. Mm. Mostly they play with all their toys, and we were very cognizant from the go. We're not going to get a ton of toys because we didn't want to run into that issue. And now we go over to your house, and my kids love playing, and your kids are out playing in the backyard, and my kids are stuck in the room playing with your kids' toys.
That does happen a lot. That's kind of weird.
Well, you got a lot of toys, and it's not a negative. It's just a thing.
Yeah. Well, like I said, we get a lot of hand-me-downs. We just we find a lot of things, and we're not buying all these toys. We just kind of things show up and get given to us, and it's like, all right, we'll let the kids play with it. But we wanted to, start them on that idea of like, we're gonna think about others. We're gonna give away what we don't use so that other people can use it.
Especially since you're getting a ton of new toys anyways.
Yeah, Christmas is coming, and I already know what they're getting for that. So,
it's funny because I think we can say this on the pod. If there are kids listening, Santa's real, and this episode is over. So, thank you for listening.
Yes.
And now that the kids
Santa
are gone,
is real. Santa is real.
now that the kids are gone, I bought my kids presents and for Christmas. And yesterday, the day before, I'm like laying in bed and I go, what's Santa going to bring these kids for Christmas?
Yeah.
So last night I'm laying in bed. I'm not laying in bed. I'm putting my oldest one to bed and I'm like, so if you were to ask, because we haven't seen Santa, because the last place we went to go see Santa Sunday night, but he didn't even have a real beard. Like, it wasn't even a good Santa's helper. It was like a bad Santa's helper. He had a fake beard. It's like, nah, I'm not waiting in line to see fake beard Santa.
Yeah.
So, so I'm like, well, if you saw Santa, what would you ask him for? And she says, a scooter. So, I had to pass that message along to Santa.
Yeah. Tell Santa that they usually have, we got our, well, did we or did Santa? I don't remember.
I think you guys got yours.
We bought our kids. You can tell Santa at Costco.
See, I'm too far from Costco. I did find them at Sam's, and I told Santa about Sam's.
Okay, yeah, Sam's probably has it. Because they have the tri-wheel ones, but the two wheels are in the front, and so you lean to turn, and our kids are doing pretty well with those.
I don't know how it works, but that's what. But the coolest thing, man, my oldest one, she's 4.5, right? And she's just exponentially growing. It's amazing. So she says she's describing this purple scooter she wants. It has a purple button, and you push a button, and then I have no idea what the button does. I couldn't understand. I didn't get it. But she got so excited talking about this purple scooter with the purple button. So she didn't get one of those. She's not going to get one of those.
Not that one.
Not that one.
It's like, all right, kid, learn to write, and then just write. Give me some details.
Right.
And we can figure this out.
You know what, man? That's a whole topic. Like,
yeah,
we can come up to is when our kids should be writing.
Wow, we'll get there. But let me circle back to being grateful, because I did have a conversation with my son the other night about it. The same night we were really struggling, and we finally got him to have dinner. And I pulled him aside and I said, "Hey, did you like your dinner? Did you enjoy it? Like your food?" He's like, "Yeah, it was good." And I said, "Okay, well, Mama made that plate for you. Why don't you go show Mama how grateful you are by saying thank you? Go tell Mama thank you for making dinner." And he's like, "Okay, cool." And the deal was, you can do this, and we'll start talking about dessert. Let's be grateful. Let's go say thank you. So he goes over to Mama, and he's like, "Hey, Mama, can I have dessert?" No, come back. Let's try this again. Totally in one ear and out the other. One track mind. We eventually got it, but it took a little while.
That's funny.
It's like, no, we're being grateful. We're going to say thank you for the work that you put in to make this plate for me, and not just,
Yeah, see, we have a problem in my family where I've recognized that I'll do this. And my mom does it. Well, my mom doesn't do it so much, but my dad does it. But it's kind of like all of us do it. And like my mom got me a pair of shoes for Christmas, right? So we're going to this Land of a Million Lights in Orlando over the weekend, last weekend, and she gives me my Christmas shoes early, so I'm not walking around with holes in my feet. And I put them on, and dude, they're a solid size too big. Like, I'm walking, and where the tongue hits, it's just like, it hits so far down on my toes, it's like popping every time I step. So I'm like, I feel bad because I feel ungrateful when I say, "Hey, these are great, but..."
Yeah.
Right, that but really kills me. But it's like, these shoes are great, and I'm really grateful that you bought them for me, but they don't fit. So, like, I've noticed a lot of the time, I will be very grateful about something, even though what you got me is terrible. like, I appreciate that my mom got me these shoes. They're awesome.
The thought. It's the thought that counts.
Exactly, but they don't fit. And I feel like, I mean, I talked with her, and she and I, we're on the same page. If it doesn't work, just send it back, right?
Yeah.
And with Christmas gifts, she and I are both the same. It's like, we're very practical. Like, what do you need for Christmas, right? Okay, I'll get you that, right?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like try to think of something super creative because one, I'm gonna fail, and two, you need tires on your car. You don't need a new iPod headphones, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Man, well, I think this is a whole other side conversation as well, like gift giving and like how do you shop? Dang, we should have done that like beginning of the month. How do you shop for your spouse? You know, I heard some kids today talking at school like I don't even know what to get my dad, and I don't know. I couldn't even give him a suggestion. It's like, what do you know about him? What is he like?
Some Hey Dudes.
Hey Dudes, yeah, that could work. I was just tools. I don't know. I always appreciate tools. You know,
I really appreciate tools, but I am like that's one of those things. Like my in-laws one year got me a Black & Decker toolbox. Awesome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the thought of giving me this. I'm going to put it right in my attic because I have
let me clarify.
A Craftsman tool set.
Give me good tools.
Right. Like I don't use Black & Decker tools at all because I break them. Right? Like they don't last me. So I appreciate it. I'm really, really grateful. But
yeah. Well, hey, it's like it's like Adam Savage says, right? When you first buy tools, you buy the cheap ones, and then when they break, then you know what you use. So get the better ones.
Yeah, like that was why I bought my Craftsman. I've got a Craftsman. My first socket, my first socket set was a Craftsman socket set because it's got a lifetime warranty. You know, yeah. My uncle gave me. I needed tools, and so he gave me the money to go get the tool set because otherwise he had to transport it and all that. So I bought a Craftsman tool set and it was great. I love it. I still use it. Right.
Yeah.
It's been over 20 years. I still use those tools. I've lost more. I haven't broken anything, but I've lost some.
Yeah.
You know, and I've bought new ones, but you know, those are tools I use every day. They're fantastic. But I've got a socket set. I don't need a.
Mm-hmm. Well,
you know.
This is something that I heard recently, and actually we use this with the kids, like because we don't want to buy too much for the kids, and I think this may be a good wrap up spot because it ties up, I think, with being grateful and the thought that goes into gifts. Like I know my kid loves Batman. I'm going to get him a Batmobile because I know he loves Batmobiles and Batman, and then I give him a Batmobile, and a week later he's like, "Nah, I want a better one." Like you jerk. Guess what? Yeah. That makes me not want to do. So we've had this little rhyme we've used with the kids, but you get them, and I hope I remember it all now. Just to limit, like, set a boundary of what kind of things you buy for your kids. You buy something they want, something they need, something they wear, something they read.
Right.
And that just kind of limits. Like, okay, 4 things, doesn't have to be crazy expensive, but you can actually apply this, you know, to your spouse as well and to your family members. Sure. If you want to have regular gift exchanges, because I love giving gifts, specifically to my wife, and other people too. But I love like when I finding the
just
thing
the right
that
thing.
I know that you're gonna love because this is what I know about you. I love doing that, and I always overspend, and I always we try to set a budget. You know, I always go over. I kept it under $100 this year, which is big.
Nice. I did not.
Just for my wife, like the kids, I don't even know how much we spent. I kept it under $100 for my wife, but somebody was saying
I kept it under $100 for the kids.
You could do this little rhyme: something you want, something you need, something you wear, something you read, because it keeps it simple. It doesn't have to be extravagant. You know, they're all, but it's the thought. It's taking that time. Like you go to the store and you buy something for them.
Yes.
And this episode's coming out after Christmas, so this helps nobody. But next Christmas, maybe we could push it. I don't know. I got nothing to do tomorrow.
We can post it Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
If you can,
we'll see.
Friday.
We'll see if I can get it up by Friday. That'll give people a day and a half to go find something.
Day and a half, man.
Just buy it on Amazon. Yeah, buy it on Amazon, print out the picture and wrap it, you know.
Yeah.
I've done that before. When you know it's not going to be there on time. But it's putting in the thought. It's like, okay, I have thought about you, my spouse, for a little bit, and I went somewhere specifically with you in mind to think about you and buy something for you.
You know the
and
way my uncle does it?
Here's my criteria, you know?
My Uncle Dan is... he's a really great gift giver. He's just really good. And I asked him one time, like, how... It was like my aunt's birthday, and he got her this, like, obscure, like, I don't know, it was like jewelry or something, but it was beautiful. But, like, from a shop in New York they were at 6 months earlier. And I'm like, you're such a good gift giver. He goes, no. We were there 6 months ago, and she went to bed, so I went back and I bought it then. So I've had this for 6 months.
Yeah. Because
she said she liked it. So I knew this was going to be a winner. And it's like, man, that's...
Yeah, I mean, that's another good tactic.
That's really clever.
Yeah. You just pay attention in this, I'm sure, at some point. Because we all have, things that we see we want, and we're like, you'd never buy that for yourself.
Yeah.
Those are the easy ones. What I don't get is my mom, every year, she's like, oh, I got a million things for you. I feel like I don't want that much.
Right.
But she's like, oh, you want everything. But I do love, and I tell my mom, it drives her crazy, because she also, this is where I get it, she loves giving gifts as well. But I don't give her a Christmas list, because I want to see what she thinks I want, because she finds the craziest stuff sometimes at like garage sales,
your mom has a gift
on sale. She just finds these random things that I would never think to ask for, but are just awesome.
Yeah, she's got a gift for sure.
She gave me a Panda toaster for my 16th birthday. Like I would never ask for a Panda toaster, but that thing was awesome. I don't know if I still have it, but
that's funny.
It may have died.
That's funny, and clearly you're sentimental about gifts.
Yeah, I think it's cool.
Because for me, I am more sentimental than anyone else in my family when it comes to gifts. If you gave it to me, I have to keep it. And not so much because I have to keep it, but because you expect me to keep it. So like if you gave me a Batmobile toy, it's like, man, this thing is awesome and I love it, but I'm never going to play with this again. I'm going to give it away. And like that's going to hurt your feelings. But like for me, I don't.
It does, son.
I appreciate it.
It does hurt my feelings.
Yeah.
I want to play with the Batmobile.
Just to relate to your son.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what else? I don't like opening gifts in front of people. But that's all I got. I don't like doing that. If you give me a card, if you give me a card and you want me to open it in front of you, tell me. Because my default's going to be, I'm going to save this for later. You give me a card, you give me a present, you want to see me open it, tell me, hey, here, this is for you. Open this now. Otherwise, I'm not. I'm going to save it. I'm going to wait till I have a quiet moment to sit and open that gift. Unless it's Christmas or something, and we're all opening gifts together.
We should do a post-mortem on Christmas.
Yeah.
About opening gifts.
Well, I mean, Christmas is different. Like Christmas, if everybody's opening them all together, then yeah, let's do it. Let's go for it. But if you're giving me a birthday present, random, not at a party, or if you're just giving me a, hey, a thank you gift for something, I don't want to open that in front of you. I want to say this feels awkward to me. So I tell people tips. Yeah, I tell people if I give them something, I'm like, hey, you don't have to open this right now, but here you go.
It's good because it saves a lot of oh, thank you, because I have other things I need to do and I don't want to worry about opening this present right now.
Yeah. I don't want to lose it. I don't want to think about it.
It's like getting tips. It's for me, I don't want to look at the tip that you just gave me because
I'm not counting this.
I appreciate not in front of you giving it to me. That's the point. Thank you for giving it to me. So
I'm not counting this in front of you. Anyway, we ready for the outro?
Thanks for hanging out with us on the Dad Shoes Podcast, the dad group. You don't have to talk to anyone unless you want to. You got anything on gifts and gratitude? How to be grateful with your kids? Or
how do you teach your kids to be grateful?
How do you teach your kids to be grateful? That's good.
How do I make my son grateful for this Batmobile?
Stupid Batmobile. You gotta be grateful for this, man. Nana gave it to you, dude.
I'll show it to you.
But no, we actually would love to hear about it. To hear about your Christmas, your Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah, Connor.
Oh yeah.
Happy solstice. Hanukkah. We're recording this on solstice, on winter solstice.
Yep.
we want to hear about your gift exchange events going on. You can reach out to us at Dad Cheese Pod on Twitter and Instagram. And I don't remember what our TikTok is. Is it at Dad Cheese Pod? I think it's at Dad Cheese Pod.
It's a little different. Yeah, it's a little different.
I think, let me see here. I'm going to pull up TikTok while we're here, because that's never a bad idea. Or we are Dad Shoes Pod with underscores between Dad Shoes and Pod on TikTok. We don't have any videos yet, but we will be having them shortly. Otherwise, happy holidays, friends.
Bye.